critical age of reaching before they get a little too old to get wild and be already wild. We need to reach them early. So we have a diverse ministry. We do life skills training. We teach respect and love and honesty. We teach all those things that are necessary. We teach work ethic. Only 15% of the population in Eutaw actually work. That's a big problem. So we do job training. We do several things there to try to help break cycles in that community. So that's kind of what we do. We are on the ground 5 days a week pretty much, and loving those kids and sharing the love of Jesus. So we're glad to be a part of it. I believe it's going to be a life-changing transformation there in Eutaw. Just like I believe that God is doing great things here with you guys. And Jonathan told me about coming up here. They know what to expect. Anytime somebody asks me to come do something for Jesus, it's a no-brainer. Yes, I do it. Don't know what we didn't even know anything about Ohio. Walking into it, it's like walking into. We don't know where we're going, but we'll go. That's kind of one of those things. But we're glad to be here. I want to challenge you today. I want to talk a little bit. And I don't know what God is going to say. I never know what God is going to say until we get up here. We're gonna. If you have your Bibles, I want you to run with me to a couple of scriptures. Luke 14, I believe. Jonathan, you can put that on the screen for us. I want to challenge your level of commitment to Jesus Christ this morning. Believe it or not, and I know you guys know this, that several churches all across our nation are filled, the pews are filled all across our world today. Sunday is God's day, right? Sunday is God's day. God is important on Sunday. So we're coming to church because this is Jesus' day, and we're going to go show Jesus that we love him. Guess what? If Monday morning changes, then we are not actually worshiping Jesus, we're worshiping Sunday. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's very important that we don't make God great on Sunday morning. Now, I'm not one of those type of preachers that worship God on Sunday and my level of worship decreases on Monday, or else I'm not a real worshiper. Amen. Worship never ends. It doesn't start with the bell. It doesn't end with the bell. Worship is a lifestyle. It's not about a song. It's not about a 15-minute service. Worship is a lifestyle. Jesus called all of us to worship him. We worship him in the home. We worship him through our relationship with our wives, our husbands. We are worshipers of God. We worship him on our jobs, at school. We worship God. And I'm challenging levels of commitment to Jesus because it's easy to say, I'm a Christian. The easiest thing for us to do today is say, I am a Christian. We say the sinner's prayer, it's fine. What happens after you make that profession? Something has to take place. Because commitment to Jesus is more than just a profession. It's greater than that. Steps needs to be taken after that really proves to Jesus that you're really going to follow him. And I want to challenge you with the scripture. If you can follow me just for a little while. Jesus says, now great crowds accompanied him. And Jesus turned and said to them, 26, if anyone, listen to this, guys. Don't miss this today. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and his own mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, look at what he said. Yes, and even, this is the kicker here, even his own life. Jesus says, he cannot be my disciple. One of the hardest things to convey to people, to believers, is that time spent with Jesus should not be interfered with by your mother, father, by family, by your children, by wives. Time spent with Jesus has to be here. It can never be compared to time spent with my wife. I love my wife. She's my queen. She knows it. She is my queen. She is everything to me. But guess what? She is not my God. When I get up in the morning, I don't go to her and pray, good morning, baby. My first stop is, God, I'm not worthy to be here. God, this is the day that you have made. I'm going to rejoice and give you praise. Give me strength this day to walk this journey. I need you, Jesus. That's my first stop. My next stop is, good morning, baby. Y'all understand there's a difference, though. There's a difference. Jesus don't want you to hate your wives now, but he don't want to be on the same level because God is great. He is spotless, right? He'll never let me down. She might, I hope she don't let me down. I don't think she will, but she can let me down. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Your children, they can let you down. They will let you down. We are subject to error, all of us. Man, I stand in front of you now. Jonathan told you, can I say it like we can say it outside? I ain't nothing but a broken vessel. Broken vessel. The year 2000, I was in the state penitentiary. Sin, messed up, just as lost as I wanted to be. I know that would catch y'all. What is convict doing preaching to me? By the grace of God, I'm here.
Amen.
Not because I've been good enough, but because God is good. Amen. Let me tell you, you think you're good enough today? You are sadly mistaken. God is good. That's why we're here. Oh man, I get a little excited now. Excuse me, it's gonna be okay. It's about level of commitment. How far am I going with Jesus? If you're gonna be a follower of Jesus, we have to draw the line.
Amen.
We have to give up some time sleeping in order to pray. You think I'm lying? There's a devil waiting to knock somebody off today. You know what he's looking at? Oh, they're doing the church thing today. But I'm waiting on them. When they get through with their church thing, I know they're going to drop Jesus. As soon as they drop Jesus, I'm coming. That's the reality. If people drop Jesus after church, let's be honest with ourselves. We can't drop Jesus after church. Because the enemy is waiting. The thief is waiting to destroy us. He don't care about marriages. The devil don't care about homes. He don't care about family. He works to destroy marriages. The divorce rate is terrible. I give people 6 months to be married nowadays. The reason why the divorce rate is high because Jesus is not being worshipped in marriage. Amen. When husband and wife can pray and seek God together, marriages will stand. God did not put marriage in place for it to fail. Let me tell y'all something. Husbands, and I don't even know where I'm going this route. It's all right, ain't it, Pastor? We're going to go this right. Husband and wife, let me tell you something. Keep your marriage sacred. Keep it close. Do not let your family in your marriage. Don't let your family know what's going on in you. That's hard to receive now. Let me tell y'all something. My mama gonna be outside of my marriage. She can't be inside of it. Yeah, mama, we doing great. We doing well. If me and my wife got an issue, you ain't got no business telling mama about it. Because mama gonna hear it, she gonna have to pick a side. Y'all gonna tell the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all laughing. Y'all know it to be true. Amen. Glory be to God. And when mama take a side, there's going to be some trouble. And after mama know about it, your sister going to know about it. In the whole school, y'all know what I'm saying. The whole community going to know what's going on in your marriage. That's why we don't tell people what's going on in marriage. We know our family, they talk a lot. We got to keep it sacred. It is sacred. Listen to this. Jesus said, he cannot be my disciple, meaning that you're not qualified to come follow him. How do you qualify to be a disciple is the same thing that was listed. We have to draw the line. Jesus is Lord and no one else. He's not telling you to hate your mother. He's telling you that she cannot be on the same level, the same scale. Cannot happen. Because in the beginning, there was one God that said, let there be. No one else was there with him. Mother wasn't there. Amen?
Amen.
This is homecoming. I think we need to be stirred up on home. I think we need to get ready to move to a new level in Jesus Christ. I think that we need to put our feet on the ground and make a new commitment that, listen, we're going to make God greater. I'm not saying he's not great. I think we need to make him greater. I think we need to spend more time on our knees, on our face in prayer. When we stop praying to God, the enemy comes in, he got his fist ready to knock us off. Don't y'all know right now that the devil is waiting for somebody to let their guard down. Let me tell you how you let your guard down. You don't pray as much as you used to. Your prayer used to be passionate. Now you give a 5 or 10 minute prayer. You call that a prayer and you say, well, I'm ready to go today. You don't talk to God no more throughout the day. You go to work and you get busy. God understands your life, but don't think he doesn't. But while you're on your job, you better be worshiping God. You better be watching the enemy. Because he likes to come when you're vulnerable. Vulnerability. When it ain't going right in your marriage. I don't know why I'm talking about marriages today. This wasn't intended to be in the marriage. When you're going through situations in your marriage, wives, don't get itchy. Don't get vulnerable. Because there's a man that looks just like what you like, that the enemy can use anybody to come your way and blow in your ear and blow sweet nothings in your ear. Before you know it, you've been messed up. People mess up. Let me tell you something, I messed up. Not on this woman here. Not on this one now. She's too precious. I'm going to tell you, if I mess up on her, I'm telling you, I'm going to run. I'm going to find me a home. I'm going to dig me a home. I'm serious. This woman right here, I don't deserve this wife. This convict don't deserve a wife. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I said, Lord God, God gave me a great wife coming out of prison. I don't deserve a woman of God like this. Lord, I have to spend hours. Sometimes I get up, she knows it. I have to get up sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got to fight to get to prayer, to my prayer room. The reason why I got to get there, because if I don't get to my prayer room and I don't consult God, I don't get the counsel of God, I know that I'm going to fail in marriage. My ministry going to fail. I am messed up. That's why prayer is so important. Commitment to Jesus is important. There's an order that has to be in your life. Jesus first. Jesus has to be first. He will be first, and we cannot be his disciple.
Amen.
Look at 27. Whoever does not bear his own cross. Whoever does not bear his own. Bearing your cross is about coming out of your element of comfort. Coming out of your element of comfort. Jesus, can you imagine the agony, the humiliation, and spit on that our God suffered for nasty sinners like us? Drug a heavy cross. The suffering that took place. Nobody was there. We can only imagine the agony. But the Bible says that we don't bear our own cross. That means that we got to come out of our element of comfort. There is some suffering for people of God. There is some suffering. What I mean is we have to give up some things to seek God. We got to give up some time away from family to seek the face of God. Praying for 3 hours is not comfortable. Right? Nobody wants to pray for 3 hours. I'm talking about on your face, calling on Jesus, telling God, God, help me. Nobody in their right mind wants to stay on the floor for 3 hours. But let me tell you something that I know to be real. You got to stay on the floor sometimes 3-4 hours in order to keep yourself committed to Jesus. Because when you get comfortable in a lifestyle, I got my prayer this time, and I'm going to stay for 10 minutes, and you go on about your day, guess what? You're not as strong as you are. Time with Jesus is important. Because your strength is in your line of communication. The presence of the Lord. Welcome the presence of the Lord in your prayer. In your home needs to be saturated with Jesus in your home. On your job, even in the midst of people who don't even care about Jesus, but you care about him, you got to be saturated with Jesus. Walk into darkness, and you be that array of light that needs to be in your workplace. In the school. School needs so much Jesus. I can't imagine in this day and age how many, I know y'all see it too, if you got internet, if you follow the news on the internet, every other week you will see a teacher who have committed a sex act with a student. All across our nation. I never thought our world would get to that point, but I forgot about sin. It's just like an infection. It don't get better, it gets worse. Right? Sin don't get worse, it doesn't get better. It gets worse. Man, we ain't seen nothing. It's going to get so terrible in our nation now. Man, we seeing sin unfold in our nation like never before. The fight in the White House for God knows whatever reason. Parties can't get together. And the real reason why they can't get together is because there is no love for God in our nation. That's right. Don't tell me that God won't heal our nation if he's working. Man, listen, I'm glad our president is in the White House. Don't get me wrong. I respect the president. But let me tell you something real today. God is not going to be great in America till he be worshiped. He cannot be. Listen, God cannot do anything for our nation until we turn to him and say, God, we're going to do it your way. It's your way, God, or it's no way. What that means is I'm going to get a little touchy now. Because that's kind of what I do. I'm going to get a little touchy. Y'all just bear with me. I'm a little radical preach that time. Let me tell you what that means is if people don't stand and say, we're not going to have homosexuality in our nation, somebody got to stand. Listen, our government going to have to say, we're not going to have it, or they're going to straddle the fence, as we call it. See, we can put in God, we trust on our money, but God's word has to have the authority in America. Amen? Amen. Glory be to God. Level of commitment. I want our nation, pray that our nation get committed to God. That means that God is your way. We can't play no games. God is your way, or else our nation's going to fail. It's going to continue to fail. Amen. Get ready to fight with, I guess, North Korea. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going through the mind of these men. We don't know nothing. All we know is we're going to worship God. We're going to let God handle the rest. People of God have no business wondering about what's going to happen. We know we serve a God who's able to keep and take care of his people. That's why we worship God. That's why you worship God, because you know God is the only one who can heal that thing that your leg. That's why you trust God. That's why we pray to God. You pray to God when you go to the doctor. God, I know the doctor is just a man. He don't know as much as I do about my body because you created me. But God, you give this doctor the wisdom and knowledge to operate on whatever the case is. We consult God first because he is God. He knows more than I know. Amen. God knows what's going on in your mind today. Y'all believe that? He knows how many hours you spent on Facebook last night. He knows who you texted. He knows about your text messages. He knows about your emails. He knows about if you're cheating on your wife or not, if you're being faithful. God knows it all. I say that to say this. Listen, there's a lot of people down my way. I don't know how y'all do it up here. They come to church and they do all that thing. They use a smoke screen to try to throw us off. But I'm not God. God knows it all. I love Jesus, they say. I love the Lord. But guess what? God knows what's going on in your life. Don't come with the smoke screen. I preached last week and I told the people in Selma, God knows everything. And I told them they know what y'all think about this crazy preacher here. And they just looked out of guilt. They wanted me to stop because I was talking about some issues that they couldn't swallow. Glory be to God. Amen. Level of commitment. Whoever does not bear his cross cannot be his disciple. It's just a matter of where you stand with God. What do you really think about God? What do you really think about Jesus Christ? How much are you willing to commit your life? Jesus said he wants your life. Let me tell you something that you may not know. God don't want your time. He wants your life. It's a difference. We need to spend a little time with him. But listen, Jesus don't want a little time. He wants your life. He wants 24 hours of you. That's what he wants. He wants your worship. Our worship belongs to him. We are committed. Amen. We are true believers of Jesus Christ. We owe it to him to give up everything, says the word of God. Turn away from father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters and even his own life. He cannot be my disciple. I challenge myself often before I go on the fields in Eutaw, Alabama. I say, God, I know I'm not worthy, but God, you called me to set everything aside to follow you. Ministry has never been about programs and a lot of different activities. And ministry is always about people to me. It's always about people.
Amen.
That's what ministry is about. Who can I touch today? Who can I touch? Who can I bring hope and encouragement today? That's what ministry is about. And I hope today that in some way I have said something that gets your attention. The focus has to be Jesus. Jesus has to be the focal point of your life. He can't be on the same scale as anything and anybody else. Your job even has to be in its proper place. Because as the Bible says, way in the book of Exodus, God is a jealous God. He is more jealous than we think. He wants our heart, every bit of it. Amen. I don't know where you stand today with Jesus. I don't know where anyone's. I really don't know your level of commitment. I don't know. I know this, that God is really trying to get somebody else to a new level of commitment to him. And I would invite you today that if you have not made a true commitment to Jesus, that you do so today. And that if you have not raised your hand, lift your heart to Jesus, and said, be my Lord and be my Savior, this is the day to do that.
Amen.
And I don't know what you say. I don't know who's saying. I don't know who's committed. I don't know anything. I know this right here. Somebody in our world, somebody in this state, in your community, that's here today, won't be here tomorrow probably. So people die. We all got to go somewhere. Y'all understand? But sad thing that if we leave without being saved, have said, Jesus, you're my Lord. That's a sad thing. And that's something to think about. That's something to think about. Where am I with God? If Jesus makes his return today, and nobody in here thinks Jesus is coming today, right? Nobody thinks Jesus is coming today. I'll fix this shit. Somebody in here today has already got their mind on what I'm going to wear to work tomorrow. This is what I'm going to do in school tomorrow. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. And next week we got this meeting here next week. Listen. Think about if Jesus happened to call my name today. If he happened to say, hey, time up. Y'all know he can do it. God can do that if he wants to. Amen? Somebody gonna get the tap on the shoulder today. Hey, time up. And we can't even question God. So God, he's so young, give him a little bit more time. I can't question God. He's gonna say just like, somebody's going to leave the world today. Most often, we never think it's our time to leave. Nobody in here says today's my last day. I want to make sure that I'm right with God. Well, I challenge you today. Think about that in that aspect. Jesus, if you was to tap me on the shoulder today, have I made you my Lord? Have I truly made you my Lord? Amen. I love you guys. I love you. I'm looking forward to you men being in Eutaw, Alabama. A couple of weeks, I believe. I appreciate Jonathan. Jonathan, I love you, man. I love what you're doing here in, what's the city? Otway? Otway. I got it. It sounds about as bad as Eutaw. Otway, Ohio. Listen, guys, I'm blessed with your blessed. Excited about what God is doing here in Otway and in Eutaw and in California. God is doing some great things. It looks real bad in our nation, but guess what? God is still working. Yeah. Somebody got their feet on the ground talking about our God. And that's a blessing. And let me pray with you, Jonathan, and you can come on up. Father God, you are great.